This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Coach Celebre, and hopefully you had a relaxing Sunday, because it's almost time to lock in for another night of Blue Jays World Series baseball. After Toronto got its first taste of the Fall Classic in 32 years, this series ships back to LA for 3 straight games, knotted up at 1 apiece. And after Toronto's bats erupted in Game 1, Yoshinobu Yamamoto silenced them Saturday, throwing the first World Series complete game in a decade. A performance that had his teammates literally bowing down to him in the clubhouse. And with LA boasting maybe the deepest rotation we've seen in baseball history, it doesn't get any easier for the Jays, with Tyler Glasnow getting the start for Game 3. Glasnow has allowed just 1 run in 13 plus innings this postseason, which adds up to a 0.68 ERA. And despite spending years in the AL East with the Rays, Toronto actually doesn't have a ton of experience against Glasnow. Only Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette have faced him more than 10 times. And a handful of Jays have never had a hit against him in limited at-bats. Meanwhile, 41-year-old Max Scherzer gets the call tonight for the Jays, and he has no shortage of World Series experience. Scherzer's allowed just 7 runs across 4 career starts in the Fall Classic, dating all the way back to 2012. So the question is, can Mad Max turn back the clock one more time like he did in the ALCS? I didn't think he could then, so I'm not gonna doubt him when he's got that scary look in his eyes and when he's telling John Schneider to F off, basically. I'm going with Mad Max. With only 2 games on the slate tonight in the NHL, let's take a look at one big surprise and one big disappointment from the season so far. And let's start with the Utah Mammoth. After missing the playoffs by just 7 points in their first season in Utah, the Mammoth are off to an 8-2 start. And they've won 7 games in a row, which includes a perfect record on home ice. And what's also a surprise is who's leading the team in scoring. No, it's not Clayton Keller or Logan Cooley, but Nick Schmaltz, who's tied for the league lead in points with Jack Eichel with 16. Cooley and Gunther have also been outstanding, with a combined 22 points and 12 goals. So simply put, this team is dangerous, and this start, not a fluke. Now let's move on to the disappointment. And for Rangers fans, their start to the season is one that they wish they could forget. New York is literally in the basement of the East, and after hiring Mike Sullivan this offseason, it's quite a surprise. What also doesn't make a lot of sense is the Rangers have scored just 22 goals this season, the second fewest in the entire league. And perhaps the most shocking part of their lack of offensive scoring is Alexis Lafreniere's production. The former first overall pick has just 1 goal and 3 points in the first 10 games. And this is coming off of a season that his production dipped from 57 to 45 points. The Rangers thing is so weird. They made all those trades last offseason. They hired a new head coach. It was supposed to feel a little different, and now they are in the basement. Like, where does this team go? Do they sell at the deadline? Because a lot of teams could use their players, that's for sure. Week 8 in the NFL is nearly in the books, but we still have Monday Night Football to look forward to. So let's look ahead to the Commanders and Chiefs in another edition of FanDuel Fast Facts. For those that don't know how this works, 40 seconds on the clock, a bunch of betting related facts that will hopefully help you out before the game, and I don't know how many I'm gonna get. I don't know what Marissa's record is. I'm gonna set a baseline for myself. Travis Kelce leads the Chiefs with 375 receiving yards this season. His over-under for receiving yards tonight is set at 40.5 on FanDuel. Terry McLaurin returns to the Commanders after a quad injury kept him sidelined for the last 4 weeks. His over-under for receiving yards is set at 45.5 for tonight's game. Patrick Mahomes entered Week 8 leading the NFL with 18 total touchdowns this season. His over-under for passing TDs is set at 2.5, and he's paying plus 300 as an anytime touchdown scorer tonight on FanDuel. Jaden Daniels is sidelined with a hamstring injury, so Marcus Mariota will start at QB for Washington. Commanders averaged 34 points per game in Mariota's 2 previous starts this season. Their team total is set at 17.5 tonight on FanDuel. Kelce has failed to find the end zone in back-to-back games. He needs 1 touchdown to become the 5th tight end in NFL history. Oh, that one's a tough one, with 80 or more career receiving touchdowns. I mean, National Tight Ends Week. Go Travis Kelce. Of course, you can catch Monday Night Football on TSN. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. To the association now, and the Raptors are in the middle of a tough stretch against generational young talents. Last night against Dallas, Cooper Flagg victimized Toronto for the best performance of his very young career. And he had social media buzzing with this poster slam.
Scotty Barnes misses. He's back in the game. Mavericks running. Good ball movement. Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
And while Flagg was busy building a highlight reel at the NBA level, he was also scoring incredibly efficiently, reaching the 20-point mark for the first time in his career with 0 turnovers. He's just the second NBA player to ever do that at age 18 or younger, the other being Kobe Bryant. And it doesn't get any easier for the Raps tonight as they head to San Antonio to face Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs tonight. Wemby has had an insane start to the season after being sidelined with that blood clot last year, averaging over 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 blocks through his first 3 games. And while the Raps haven't faced Wemby since his rookie season, Toronto fans have seen him dominate before. Last time Wemby faced the Raps, he put up this absurd stat line. This stat line was 27 points, 14 rebounds, 10 blocks, 5 assists, and 2 steals. That is like a team stat line sometimes for an entire game, minus the points probably, but like, that's insane for one person to do that. And it looks like our friends at FanDuel expect Wemby to have another massive game against the Raptors tonight. That's all for today. I'll be right back here tomorrow at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Have a great day.